Hi friends! Welcome to today's Pick-a-Card Tarot reading. I just want to start off real quick by thanking all of my new subscribers. I gained a bunch of subscribers overnight for me, and that was a really beautiful, wonderful way to wake up this morning. So I just want to thank all of you. That was great. And I deeply, deeply appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel and tuning in. I'm looking to really build a community here, so thank you so much. I love all of your comments. I love hearing any suggestions from anyone. I'm open. I'm excited. So anyway, today's Pick a Card quick reading is all about what is it that I'm missing? What am I not seeing in my life situation or what's happening around me or whatever it is, whatever the case, what is it that I'm not seeing? And how can I tune into that a little bit better? So I've got 5 piles to choose from. Like I said before, this is a quick reading. So these aren't going to get terribly deep in depth, but we're going to get into it as much as we can with this, looking mostly at imagery from the cards and not with some of the meanings of the cards themselves too, but mostly just focused in on the imagery, getting images and symbols and trying to interpret those as much as we can. And then I'm going to channel as many messages as I can from that specifically. So, before we dive in here, down in the comment section below, you will find the timestamp with your pile. I will count out the piles now so you know what they are. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. One more time, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. So, if you found which pile you want to choose, go down to the comment section below and it will take you directly to your reading. So thank you very much, and we're going to dive right into this. Hi there, pile number 1. You chose this, I believe this is petrified wood here. It's a really nice looking stone. If it is petrified wood, then once upon a time, this was wood, but it sat in the ground in the conditions long enough to fossilize and become a stone. Pretty cool. Put that aside. So this is asking the question, what is it that I'm not seeing? What am I missing? What do I need to know right in this moment that I didn't realize I needed? So let's tune in. First up, we've got the fox. Ooh, the cunning. Foxes are cunning. You can see that. He's got this little bag of money. He's got this very, what's that fairy tale? Robin Hood. He reminds me of Robin Hood. I'll kind of hold this up so you can see the card a little bit better. But I'm getting this serious Robin Hood imagery from this card. So to me, that's kind of showing this idea of taking from the rich and giving to the poor. Plus he's a fox, he's cunning, he's in the forest. We've got this forest imagery. So potentially getting back into nature is going to be important for you right now. But also this idea of where can I give back? Maybe that's kind of a part of it. Looking in to see where in your life you can be giving as well as receiving to continue that balance, right? I do think Robin Hood kind of exemplifies that balance of giving and receiving, giving and receiving. So remember that in order to receive like abundance, we also have to give as well. Or are you giving too much? That's the other thing, is that balance between the give and the take. Is that too much? What is that for you in your life right now? This card is kind of giving me that vibe, especially with the Robin Hood imagery in this of sort of, are you giving back enough, or are you giving too much? And are you open to receive? Are you open to gain as well? Maybe you need maybe you need Robin Hood to be coming into your life right now because you are in need. So where in your life can you open yourself up to receiving the help that is trying to come to you? So we'll keep going with that. You also have 4 and 1, and that's 5. You got a 5 here, which is a number of change, and then you have a 9 here as well, which is the number of completion, coming to the end of something. So maybe that has something to do with it as well. We'll keep going here. For the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, which asks about balance. So once again, I was getting kind of a sense of that give and take energy with this fox, which kind of reminds me a little bit of the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card in the tarot deck which has a scale and it's a balance, and it's that giving and taking, receiving, being open to receive if you need to receive, but also being open to give if you need to give. And the 2 of Pentacles continues with that understanding of balance. Where in my life can I be more balanced in that, in my giving and my taking, and in all areas of my life? And then we also have the butterfly, which is a symbol of transformation as well. Like I said, you have the symbol of 5. You had 5 here, which is a symbol of change, change and transformation and completions. So maybe you had a cycle completing as well in this, and that now you're ready to blossom into this new butterfly moment in your life. You're turning from the this cocoon stage and blossoming into the butterfly. So yeah, we'll continue along with that transformation imagery and with that balancing of forces, juggling between 2 modes and modalities. I'm definitely getting that from this. So let's continue. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so a brand new start in the material world, gaining abundance, physical abundance, health, money, wealth, any kind of that, just abundant energy. You have abundant energy coming to you now. So with this fox here, which is talking about, being open to receiving as well as giving, like I said, I think that when you gain this sense of balance here, you'll be able to transform and really gain this abundance that's looking to come into your life. With the Ace of Pentacles here, it looks as though the abundance is trying to come to you. So you have abundance coming to you, but you have to be open to receiving it. It can't come into your life unless you open yourself up to getting it from the outside forces that are trying to come to you. And that means also like working with the universe in certain ways in order to bring it in, opening your imagination to new ideas and new concepts that can bring that into you, learning new things, going and getting an education in something that can help you bring in abundance, or going and talking to somebody new who has advice for you on how to do that, or reading a different book that has all of the information that you specifically need for that kind of thing. Like, that's kind of what being open to the universal signs and symbols is like, right? Because the money and the abundance that's coming into you, it's coming into you in very specific ways, but you have to open yourself up to the ability to see the ways in which you can go out and get it and have it come to you by lining things up in your life in a certain way that it's open to come into your life. So yeah, I think that some change and balance is required on your part, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, to open yourself up to receiving more. And then you'll be able to open yourself up to this abundance energy that's there and waiting for you. It's ready to come in for you, clearly, with this Ace of Pentacles card. So it's just about you lining yourself up with that. There are, maybe some kind of affirmations might help you. Affirmations help a lot, but they can only take you so far. You also have to take action as well, but they can help you kind of change your mindset so that you're more open and willing to take those actions. So maybe look into some of those kind of like guided meditations and affirmations, and those morning affirmations. Any of that kind of thing might really help you. Final card we have, I'm adding to this quick reading the Shamanic Healing Oracle because I love these cards. We'll kind of dive into the details a little bit with this. I'm probably not going to read from the book like I usually do, though, just to give you some more time here. But I will kind of talk about the card So we've got the burden card. Yeah, okay. So this one's all about getting rid of these things that are inhibiting us from gaining this abundance. So it's like talking about like where in your life do you see yourself as a burden potentially. Maybe I will read from the book. I'm going to read from the book for this one, but let's look at some more imagery in the card first too. We've got an ant here. The ant needs to come together with its community in order to build something bigger. But the thing about the ant is it's a very strong insect, right? The ant can lift like more than double its weight or something crazy, or like yeah. And so it's like it can carry the most amount of weight compared to its body out of any organism, something like that. So this one's talking about how like you're a deeply incredibly strong person and you can carry a lot, I think. And then with this burden card though is what are you carrying that you don't need to be carrying? What are you holding that isn't yours, that's actually not helping you? I think, where are you giving yourself too much of and not being open to the receiving energy? Let me read the burden from the card as well, because I think that'll be nice for you. Many times we take on the stress of those we love and care for. We see it as the ultimate sacrifice. We take on others' burdens to save them the trouble or heartache. Ironically, the way energy and the universe work makes this a very counterproductive way of operating. When we take on the burdens of others, we deny them the ability to learn and grow from their own lessons. We also interfere with divine planning and timing. Never one to be thwarted, any lesson circumnavigated will absolutely reappear, sometimes with much more force than what was originally intended. Ask yourself if you or another is taking on troubles and lessons not belonging to them out of a need to be needed. There you go. This stems from the fear that you or they are fundamentally not enough. This is not true. You are created perfect. Your fears and doubts keep you separated from this truth. This is the separation one can feel from Creator. Once you accept and believe that you are perfect and worthy, the tendency to make yourself invaluable to others through your help and assistance will go away. Your relationships can then be based on truth and not manipulation. So yeah, I think it's important to ask yourself, in order for this abundance to come in and in order to be more open to receiving, you got to ask yourself, where in your life are you focused on others when you actually need to be focused on yourself here? I think that's kind of what this is asking, is like, are you putting all of your energy into other people because you're afraid to chase after your dreams? Something like that. A lot of us do that, where it's much easier for us to stop and think about others and try to feel like we can be in control of others, or we are helping other people, or we're doing other things when we're not actually focused on ourselves at all. And actually what that's doing is it's a fear of not failing, right? How can we fail at our dreams if we never try them, kind of a deal. So I think that you're in this position where you're ready to switch that around and open yourself up to this transformation into the butterfly energy that's coming into your life. So just like that burden card was talking about, make sure to look in your life when you're dealing with those around you. Are you taking on these burdens that are actually not yours, that are somebody else's? Are you trying to fix somebody else's life and help somebody else's life instead of helping your own? And how can you switch that energy and switch your focus a little bit towards your own life and your own circumstances just a little bit more with this balance card, right? Because it's a give and a take. Robin Hood takes and gives at the same time. He's open to receiving as well as he is giving and helping others. So you need to open yourself up a little bit more to you. And it might feel selfish to you at first if you're just really, gung-ho, knowing and trained into just giving and giving and giving. And I'm talking from personal experience. That was me for a very long time. This transforming of just focusing on yourself more, I mean, when you do that and you gain this abundance, you have the ability to help even more people, right? Like Robin Hood, he actually, and he does it through stealing, which I'm not obviously condoning stealing, but think about it from this perspective. He gets a lot of money, right? He's incredibly abundant. He receives a lot. and then he shares it with others. So by focusing on you, right, it might seem selfish to focus on you, but actually you're going to be able to build yourself up in a much bigger way that can actually help even more people than if you keep yourself small and are just focused on one person. And look at, you can kind of see in this coin, I didn't notice that before, but it looks like there's little butterflies all around this coin. So you've got all of these butterflies that are looking to come into your life. You've got this transformational butterfly energy that's just ready and waiting to jump into your life. So you're ready to blossom. I really get that sense from this pile, and you're ready to spread your wings and fly. So really go after it. Really chase your dreams, because they are chasing you. Definitely. Abundance wants to come into your life. It is here. It is ready. It is waiting for you. You just have to take the steps and the actions to make it happen and to bring it into your life. So that's my reading for you. Like I said, these are kind of quick readings. If you would like a more detailed personal reading, feel free to go to my website, www.junodrome.com. I have 2 different options. I would love to give you a personal reading. If you want just some more information on one of these free general readings, check out my weekly check-in, because it gets very detailed about you and your situation for Leo season. We've just entered into Leo season on the 22nd, and that reading is all about what to expect this week for Leo season. So tune into that if you want. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit subscribe if you like this channel, and comment if you want as well. I would love to hear from you about what you think. So that was your reading. Thank you so much, group number 1. Hey there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose this jasper stone, which is so kind and gentle, I think. Very nice. Reminds me of like a brick or something like that. I don't know, but it's soft and nice. So, today's reading is all about, what is it that I am missing? What are you missing? What are you not seeing? What is happening in your life that you're not quite aware of that you need to know? So this is a quick reading that I'm going to tap into these cards and do mostly channeling with symbolism from the imagery, and not get too bogged down in the actual meanings of the cards, though I will use that as well. So first up, we have the Tower. Okay, all right. We got some Rapunzel hair going on there. You know, if this is anything like the Tower in the tarot, which I'm going to just use it as that imagery as well, the Tower is all about some pretty dramatic change happening in your life. So you've got a Tower moment coming for you, but also we'll tune into some of this imagery here as well. You know, you've got Rapunzel as well with the hair coming down. So maybe there was a situation in your life where you felt trapped, but you have the power to escape it, right? You have the ability to let it out and let it go with that kind of Rapunzel-esque imagery here. Utilizing your own ingenuity to engineer your own change. But the Tower itself generally represents pretty large and dramatic exterior change in your life, like lots of things around you just boom, change, and things happen. And oftentimes it can happen when we are physically ready to move into a new cycle, but we kind of like hold back from it a little bit. We hold back and kind of dig in our heels, and so the universe is like, okay, well, this change needs to happen, so boom, and things can get kind of crazy. So let's continue with the cards just to see what that means for you. Oh, okay. We got the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful card. So the 9 of Pentacles is normally about, you know, almost ultimate abundance. It's in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's depicted as a woman who is, you know, she's in a garden and kind of basking in her own beauty. And it's sort of like being ultimately abundant on your own with you, like you have your own power. And that's kind of what I was talking about with this Rapunzel imagery as well, right? Of Rapunzel is using her own ingenuity to engineer an exit from a difficult situation. So I'm getting that sense too with this, is that you have the ability on your own to make this happen for yourself. And we've got these feathers here. We've got 4 feathers. And the 4, oh, you know what? Is this, no, yeah, I was right. This is 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but we have 4 feathers. So the feather imagery is all about like connecting in with either angels, if you identify with that, or spirit guides in general. Feathers are a pretty good connection to those sort of angelic spiritual realms. And so, I think that whatever situation that you're going in right now, you have the ability to engineer your exit from it if it's something tricky. And it's like almost like I'm getting this sense of you have the ability to engineer your own tower moment or whatever. And what else is going on is that, we got 2 9s, so that's the ends. You got a 10 here as well. A 10 is a new start. We got a 6 going on. We got a 4 with those feathers. But you have the ability to connect in with your own guides to get guidance as well, and that maybe there is help on the other side that is looking to come into your life right now, and maybe what you're missing is that you're not quite seeing that help and guidance there. So be open and willing to accept the help that is ready and waiting for you on the other side as well. Let's keep going with this just to get a better sense of what's going on here. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, all right. Yeah, she is sort of the most compassionate of the female cards. So she's got that compassionate feminine energy, which I don't really focus too hard on gender. So, this can be for men or women watching this. It's sort of like tuning into your own sense of compassion that's from the feminine side of compassion. We all have masculine and feminine archetypes within us. And she is sort of the most loving and compassionate of that. Think about very mother energy, some serious mom vibes going on. So, even if you're in a difficult situation right now, which I'm kind of guessing is potential, you have the ability to really, I don't know if you're in a tricky situation. It's tuning into self-love, I think, is really going to help you. Being your own mom, using your own nurturing and loving energy to help yourself, to help your own inner child, to heal some of the difficult wounds from your past. And that by doing that, by healing those wounds, by tuning into your own inner child and your own inner light and inner love, and nurturing yourself, you have the ability to open this abundance to you. And it's a tremendous amount of abundance here for you. And like I said before, remember, that abundance is kind of a self-sufficient sort of a thing, right? We've got Rapunzel here who had engineered her own way out of this dark situation. And she had help, obviously, too, right? The prince came and helped and got her out, but the prince wouldn't have been able to come or even know to come without that like crazy hair going down there. So yeah, that's tuning into this help imagery as well. You have the ability to engineer this beautiful, loving, wonderful abundance for yourself, but it's going to come from you being open to receiving the help that's looking to come in from you from the other side as well. There's this adage that we co-create with the universe, that the things that we want to have happen in our life, the super successes that we want, and the amazing beauty and all of this stuff, this wonderful success, it doesn't just come from us alone, just forcing it. It also comes from being open to working with the universe, and the universe can help us bring these things in together. And together we co-create our lives. We work one with the universe in order to make things happen. And so this is really kind of showing that what you're missing is that connection between you and spirit. And that when you open yourself up to that, your own ingenuity plus the amazing synchronicities of the universe are really going to help you bring in that abundance that you're looking for. And the ability to do that is going to come from your own connection to your own nurturing energy, not by anytime you try to force something, especially with yourself, you know, if you put yourself down from it when things don't work out, or you're mean to yourself sometimes, or you just push without thinking about yourself or your body or how you're doing, are you getting enough rest, any of that stuff, you know, that can really hurt you as a person, as a being, as a body in this world. And so this card to me is talking about really kind of tuning back into your own nurturing energy, to your own mothering energy, and to really like help yourself through this. Love yourself first, and that foundation of self-love, and this is something that I've learned myself, and it's really amazing, is that by building a foundation of self-love, you actually are able to build up the thing that you want in your life, that it all comes from this foundation of self-love. Because at the end of the day, you can go home and you can rest, and you know what your limits are. You're not going to push yourself so hard that you get sick. All of that, when you're looking out for yourself, then it's just more, you're more balanced, and you're more present, and you're more ready for anything to happen. And so you're more open for this abundance energy to flow in, and you're more open to the signs and synchronicities that the universe is trying to give to you. So it's all about building that foundation of self-love. Let's look at the final Shamanic Healing Oracle, and I'm going to read from the book for that. I wasn't going to at first, but I did for the last pile. Perception. Okay, so yeah, this is talking all about changing your perception from these from looking at something as either good or bad, or like these kind of dualistic sense, to a bit more holistic idea of things just are. And, you know, whether they're good or bad, that's a judgment call. But in reality, things just are. And, you know, you can't have a coin without a heads or a tails. So let me read from the book for that. With energy, sometimes a slight shift in perception is all that's needed. Remember, nature strives to retain balance. It is only our perception and labels that cause us to think otherwise. Is there a situation in your life that you are viewing from a very rigid perspective? Are you certain that you are at the center of all the drama around you? Perhaps cultivating the ability to step outside of the drama and see the issue from every different viewpoint will shift your judgment of this person or situation from intolerable to simply it is. And as it is, it won't remain for long. Letting go of the tether that holds you to a certain viewpoint also frees the situation up to go the natural way to get back into balance. Okay, so tuning back in with that, with the rest of it, you know, be open to changing your perspective about things too, you know, and that's kind of working directly with the universe here, and being in your own ingenuity. You know, I think that maybe you have been pushing yourself really hard to try to make something happen, and whatever views that are going on in there, you have to open yourself up to the idea that maybe you weren't going about it the exact right way, and be open to the guidance that's trying to come into you. Because I really do get with this card here that you have the spirit guidance. These spirit guides are surrounding you. They are all around you, and they are ready to help. But you have to be open to that help coming in, and that help can only come in through you being able to change your perspective. So there are certain aspects about your situation in your life that you're not seeing right now because your perspective is very rigid in a certain way, and that it's time to open up your mind, to open up your perception to maybe it being a different way, and be open to things being easier. You know, maybe things are going to be a lot easier for you, and you're just like pushing so hard and too hard. And so that's where this self-love is coming in, to really ask you to tune into being kind and nurturing yourself, and that's so deeply important. So yeah, that's my reading for you. It's like pretty general, and we just got into it basically. But if you want a more in-depth reading with me, I can do a one-on-one, and we can get into your entire situation and really tune into what's going on with you in your life, and give you answers and answer any questions that you have. So just go to my website, www.junodrome.com, and I have 2 different options available for private readings. If you want a slightly more detailed recap of where you are in the week, I have on my YouTube channel. The weekly recap series has just started, and I have one of them already. Excuse me. Pardon me. That recap is there, ready to go. This week is called What to Expect from Leo Season, or Welcome to Leo Season, because Leo season just started on the 22nd of July. So that kind of gives a little bit of an idea of where we are this week. So tune into that if you'd like as well. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you joining my community here, and let me know in the comments what you think about this reading either way. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Hi there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading of What Is It That I Am Missing? What are the things that I am not seeing in the situation that I'm in? What are some things that I need to know that I didn't realize? So we start out with this really pretty stone. It's got green. I'm not entirely sure which this is. It's like some kind of foresty thing. But it connects into nature, and it's also... green is the color of the heart chakra, so that's some heart energy as well. So let us see what we've got. First up, you got 2 of these Fairytale Lenormand cards. 2 wanted to come out, so I gave you 2. I'm going to be reading these mostly on the imagery and a little bit less on the actual meanings. So first up, you've got the snake. Interesting. Snakes kind of seem scary sometimes, but in reality, they tend to be, from a symbolic point, are all about connecting to the higher self, bringing energy up through the body, up the spine. The snake represents the spine, and so it's bringing that energy that's coiled up in the base of your body and bringing that up through your body to the top of your head and out all around you. So it can talk about really connecting into spirit and spirit energy more, connecting into the other realms, connecting to your own sense of creativity and power. So let's keep going and see what we got. You also got a little mongoose there as well. So the mongoose is all about, it's one of the only animals that can really like frighten a snake, because they like, I guess that mongooses eat snakes, right? So maybe, you've got that as well, of like, you don't need to be afraid of this snake. You have power over it. So if we're talking in about your own connection to spirit, that it's comes from you. You don't have to force it. You don't have to worry about it. It's there as a part of you, and it's always there. You're always connected, divinely connected. You don't have to try so hard. Let's see the rest of the cards and see if they're really talking about that. We got the house here. Cool. This is always kind of this like home is where the heart is vibes. I'm really picking that up as well. So, being really comfortable in the home, maybe making sure that your home is comfortable, that there's always a place within your home where you live. There's always somewhere where you can go back to that you can be comfortable in. You always have a comfortable, comforting position and place for yourself, even if that's just a room, even if it's just a bed or something. If you share a room with another person, that you have a space somewhere in your home that is just for you, that you can go back in, you can relax in, you can decompress in. If you meditate, you can practice meditation. And in fact, with this Kundalini energy, with the snake here, I am getting the sense that meditation could really help you connect to this energy more, connect to spirit more, that maybe making sure that there is a place within your home where you can meditate, where you can let go, where you can come back into yourself. You can focus on your breathing, and you can connect inward, making sure that you have a place in your home that is comfortable and clean and organized, that you've cleaned the energies out. Keeping things clean can really help energetically through your home to make sure that it's easier for you to connect to these energies. I'm getting that sense for you. We've got the next card from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we got the 5 of Swords. Interesting. So this can talk about some sort of like deceptive energy around you, whether that's self-deception or you know, or you have somebody who's not so great around you as well. I just think that's tuning back into this idea of cleaning out your space, cleaning out the energy around you, making sure that you have a place to go back to where you can just be in your own personal energy and not have anything else surrounding you. And I think that maybe that's kind of what's missing. If you're really looking to connect into your creativity, maybe there are some influences surrounding you that aren't conducive to that, that are blocking you from being able to connect into your creativity. I'm kind of getting that sense. And so make sure that you have a place within your home that can really help you. I'm getting this tree image here. The tree is really jumping out to me. So I'm going to just talk a little bit too about grounding. I think that grounding yourself can really help you as well. The tree can connect in with that. Remember that in order to grow up and tall and grow into the the etheric realms, right? The air and then all of these upper chakra, upper energy, the tree must also grow down and grow its roots deep into the earth and grow deep down. So I'm getting the sense for you as well that grounding meditation can really help you with this as well. If you're really looking to connect into this Kundalini stuff and connect into your energy sources, let go of anything that might be blocking you, any energies around you. And the best way to do that is to dive deep into the earth, to imagine your energy going deep down into the heart of Mother Earth, connecting with the loving source of Mother Earth, and then bringing that loving energy up through the earth, through your body into your own heart space, and then up through your head, and you kind of like connecting into this. So look up grounding meditations on YouTube. There's a bunch of guided ones that are wonderful. Look up heart center meditations, Gaia meditation, any of that kind of thing I think would really help you. And remember to give yourself a place for it, you know, pick up some incense if you want, or some kind of energy clearing thing, you know, sage, but if it's well sourced. There's a lot of not so great source sage, but sage is one that can help you. Palo Santo, same deal. Make sure you're getting some from somebody that isn't hurting the environment, but there's a lot of options out there. Incense, like I said, even basic incense can help you. And then connecting in with some selenite as well. I've got this selenite stone here. Selenite can be really great for energy clearing as well, if you hold it up to your chakra systems. And then also, if you're feeling blocked, if you feel like your energy centers are blocked at all, investing in a Reiki session can be an incredibly transformative experience. I've gotten Reiki a lot from somebody who's a friend of mine, and it's incredible. It's incredible how it can clear out your systems and just like really put you in balance and in alignment. So I would actually recommend for you as well to look into Reiki. That can help you clear out those energy centers and really kind of clear out any of these negative energies that might be surrounding you. Next card we've got is the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so really starting to connect into your inner passions and your inner drive and your inner experience. And honestly, with this one as well, I'm getting this a rod of Asclepius, which is the rod with the snake around it, which is kind of, it's the healing symbol. So I've gotten that from this card as well. I have that tattoo. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the tattoo that I have right here. It's the Rod of Asclepius. So there's more snake imagery going on, which is more of that Kundalini energy as well, connecting in and rising up of your spine. So I've got that a lot from this. And then also it is, you are connecting into your own inner passions and your own inner drive. So this creativity that's within you, it's there. And what's blocking it is that there's some energy surrounding you right now that isn't that great. And it's either coming from you yourself or it's coming from outside of you. And one thing it's kind of suggesting this idea of like really trying to raise your vibration. But a part of it too is make sure that you aren't, make sure that you're looking to boundaries as well. You got to set firm boundaries with those around you to make sure that you aren't taking on the energy of anybody else around you, because that can really affect your own energy field and your own ability to tune into yourself. So make sure that there's nobody who's like trying to take advantage of you, or even just like, you know, somebody putting their shit on you, or pardon me, putting your problems on you. Just make sure that you don't have that going on in your life, you know. And if you do, if you can detach from that somehow, if you can remove yourself from those situations a little bit more, that can help you. And that, like I said, it's all about creating this space for you as well. And you know, honestly, having a clean place is really helpful. So make sure that you're not, you know, make sure you're cleaning up around you, that you're organizing a little bit, that you're not like totally in a mess, because that honestly throws your whole energies off. I know for me, I just speak out of personal experience. It really throws everything. So having a nice clean place, even if it's just one room that's like immaculate and sparkling, as long as you have that one room, that can be the place that you meditate, that you tune in here. But you're really like ready to tune into your own inner passions and drive, and it's really like jumping out and ready to start for you. I can feel that from this. Final card that we've got is the It's All Good. Okay, yeah, let me read that from the book. But this one really talks about like, actually everything's kind of okay for you right now, so don't worry so hard. Don't worry too much about your life or your situation, because honestly, things are a lot better than you might think. And that there's a lesson to be learned from every situation. That's what this one talks about. Every experience you have in your lifetime has the potential to be a teaching tool. By remembering and embracing this idea, the situations you encounter become less fraught with unneeded emotion and drama. By not attaching labels or expectations to people and situations, you allow the pure divine energy to flow unimpeded. While you have little control over what happens to you at times, you always have control over how you react. Do you react on an impulse? Strike out at others when you feel hurt? Do you crawl into your safe place when the world seems mean and hurtful? Face this challenge in your life head on. Be thankful for the opportunity to experience whatever it is that is happening. Set yourself a goal of learning from every situation in your life. Find that silver lining. It's there. So yeah, that's the other thing too, is like, whatever's going on in your life, because you do have this Five of Swords energy, whether it's self-deception or you have just some energies around you that aren't amazing. Learning to clear it out is really important. So look into whatever lesson this is teaching you. Maybe it's teaching you how to have firm boundaries. Maybe it's time to learn how to have boundaries, and that whatever situation you're in with these other people or with yourself or with your situation, with energies around you, it's really showing you this new ability to be strong in your own personal energy, to let go of the things that aren't helping you, that aren't serving you, and to connect into your own inner nature. And maybe that's kind of the lesson that this is teaching you. It's teaching you how to do those kinds of things, because we don't, a lot of times if we didn't learn it in childhood, and not all of us do, a lot of us don't, because our families didn't really know about this or this technique as well. So you got to learn it at some point. You got to learn how to have these firm boundaries with people. And, this might be the lesson that's trying to come into you. Maybe that's what you're missing, is learning how to tune back into your own personal energy, to let go of any kind of drama or any kind of situation that's happening, any kind of anything, and just connect back into you and your own personal power. And that's really going to help you moving forward. I think that's what you're missing in whatever situation you're in, is you. You're missing you and your own inner connection to the divine and to your own inner creative sources. So that's my reading for you. Let me know in the comments either way what you think. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you want a more detailed reading, this one's pretty general. A more specific detailed reading, please go to my website, www.junodrome.com, and we can do a private reading together. I've got 2 different options available, so check that out. I would love to do a reading for you. And then finally, let me know either way what you think of this. If you want a more detailed general reading from my YouTube channel, I started a new series on a weekly check-in, so feel free to check that out on my on the videos page. This week's is all about welcoming you to Leo season, because Leo season just started on the 22nd. So it'll kind of dive deep into where you are. And it's all about connecting. This one was about connecting to your personal power and your inner sense. Those readings are all directly about your own connection to your personal power, because that's what Leo season is all about. So check that out if you want. Let me know in the comments either way what you thought of this, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day, pile number 3. Thank you. Hi there, pile number 4. This is your reading for what is it that I am missing? What are you not seeing? What needs to come into your life, or what knowledge is needed in your life for you to move forward in a way that's a little bit more attuned to where you need to be. So for the stone that you picked, we have this blue tiger's eye, which is really pretty, I think. It's a pretty nice stone, pardon me. So let's tune in here. I've got a bunch of different cards. I'm going to be reading a lot of them just based off of imagery and then somewhat on meaning. So we'll just kind of tune in and see. The first one we got is from the Fairytale Lenormand. This is, the Gentleman. I really like this card a lot. So to me, I really enjoy this card because it's really talking about this idea of, don't judge a book by its cover, or that things can be deceiving, because, this man is a rice farmer. He's working in the rice fields, probably in Vietnam, just based on his hat. It's a Vietnamese style hat. And he is this farmer, and, he's a very skinny man, kind of slender, and, you could kind of like write him off pretty easily, but you can see in the back, he's got this fierce tiger. So it's sort of like he's deeply powerful, deeply connected to his own inner power, and deeply connected to his own ability to drive and make things happen, but you wouldn't necessarily gain that from just looking at him. So it's like this idea that any one of us can be this like deeply strong, powerful human being, and that we can tune into our own inner passions and drives to really make things happen. So I'm getting this sense for you that maybe what you're missing is that you're much stronger than you think you are. Right off the bat, I'm getting that sense. Let's keep going with the cards. Second one comes from the Wild Unknown Tarot. You got the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords can talk about kind of like not so great people around you, potentially, or it's like kind of like it's deceptive energy. Maybe things aren't happening, but also though with this one as well, exterior to that negative connotation, I'm getting the sense, and I think for you maybe this is more accurate, with this card you see he's hiding this sword because he's cunning. He's the fox is all about these like deeply cunning ideals. So you're a very cunning person, and it's kind of the idea that you don't have to show all of your own, you don't have to show all your cards, right? You don't have to put all your cards on the table. You can hold them back if you're playing poker or whatever, right? You don't want to let everybody know what's going on in your life and your situation if you're playing poker, right? And then you've got this, remember this sort of like, he's got this tiger behind him, but he's not showing it, right? He just looks like an everyday farmer or whatever, but in reality, he's got this deep power behind him. So I kind of get the sense for you that maybe you don't want to put all your cards on the table. Maybe you don't want to share everything with everyone, and that in fact, like if you're trying to make something happen, if you've got a new idea for something, or you're trying to create something, or you're trying to manifest something or bring something into the world, this to me is saying hold that information back from those around you, because actually you don't know what other people are thinking. You don't know what other people, when you start talking about your ideas or what you're trying to do or any of that, you don't know what they're going to bring into that situation energetically. Maybe energetically they're going to be jealous or something, or they're going to be mean, or they don't want you to succeed, right? It's kind of this idea that not everybody has your best interest at heart, which is okay. It just means, you can show a lot, but keep some things to yourself. I'm getting that sense. What you're missing is the need to keep a few things to yourself, right? he has this tiger behind him. He doesn't need to force his way into the world and like try to prove to the world that he has this tiger behind him, because he doesn't need that. He can just be his own farmer self and be, you know, this like really nice, kind looking man. But at the end of the day, he's got this deeply powerful tiger behind him. So, you know, you don't have to show off your tiger. You can just be who you are and know that it's there. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me keep going with the cards here. We got the Emperor here. Yeah, okay. So this Emperor energy, he's like totally he's in charge, right? He's got a whole empire that he's in charge of. So the Emperor is all about this sort of divine masculine archetype of like being in control. But the thing about it is like, to be a good emperor, he has to balance all of these outside forces, and he's very calm in his demeanor. You see that? He's not forceful. He's not a war emperor. He knows his domain, and he is calm and ready to reign in his own domain. So I think that this is kind of asking you to make sure that you know, like, yeah, it's just like this gentleman card. I find them very similar. Be confident in your own self and know that you have the power to make things happen. You don't have to force anybody into believing that. You know, other people can see you how they want to see you. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever. At the end of the day, you know who you are. You know what power you have. You know what you're sitting on creatively. You know what you're manifesting. You know what you're bringing into the world. It doesn't matter what these other people think or say or have their opinions of it. At the end of the day, you know you're the emperor. You know that you're in control of your life. You know what you're trying to bring into the world. You know all of that. It doesn't matter what other people are saying around you. It doesn't matter anybody else's energies. You got to tune into you and your own, right? Like, remember, looks can be deceiving. You know at the end of the day who you are. Don't let anybody else tell you who you are. Don't let anybody else's ideas of you or opinions of you change the fact that you know who you are and you know what's going on for you and your life, because it's you and your life, right? At the end of the day, it's your life, your rules. That is one of the number one things that I live off of. One of my one rules in life is like, it's my life. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. And so I'm really, really getting that sense with you with this Emperor card as well, of like, you have the reins. What you're not seeing is that you have the reins in your life. Whatever anybody else is saying, any of that stuff, let that go. Let it go. Let it slide off you. And I know words hurt, obviously. Words really hurt. But, you know, at the end of the day, the words that you tell yourself are the most important. So what is it that you're telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're super strong and you got a tiger behind you all the time? Or are you telling yourself that you're just a poor farmer, right? Like, what is it you're telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're a cunning fox with all of the tools at your disposal to make your life happen? Or are you telling yourself that you are stupid, or, you know, that you're not going to make things happen, or that everybody hates you, or whatever this fog is, right? Be the cunning fox who knows what is up. Final card that we've got from the Shamanic Healing Oracle is Sacred Space. Okay, cool. I'm going to read that from the book. And that's kind of all about making sure that you have a place in your life where you can go back and just be you, right? So another thing with this is like, maybe you have some energies and some people and some stuff and some situations surrounding you that are really kind of getting you caught up in this loop of oh, I don't even know who I am because all of these other people have these opinions of me and these situations of me or whatever. The sacred space is like, okay, make sure that you have a space to go back to that's all yours, that you can come back into yourself. I'm getting some serious, check out pile number 3, because this pile number 4 is now becoming very similar to pile number 3, especially with the sacred space. So I think you'll get a lot more from your reading from also checking out pile number 3. So do that. Let me read the Sacred Space card here. Sacred Space. Find a spot in your home or office that you can access easily. Create a sacred spot just for you. This will be a place for you alone. If space is at a premium, then a shelf or a corner will do. Put here only those items that hold significant meaning to you and touch you on a deep personal level. Examples are photos of loved ones, rocks, feathers, shells. Place a candle even if it cannot be lit. This signifies the element of fire and represents the flame of Creator's love for you. The fire of creation or purification. Perhaps fire means something entirely different to you. Use this space to go to daily, even if it's just for a few moments, to ground and calm yourself. Working this into your daily routine will bring you a place of greater understanding. Yeah, so I think that grounding can really help you as well, which I talk about in pile number 3, so check out pile number 3. Doing a meditation practice, coming back into your own sense of self at the end of the day, letting go of what anybody else says, anybody else's energies, all of that stuff, coming back into you. And remember that you are the emperor of your life. You are reigning over your life. Nobody else is. Make sure that that's happening, you know, tuning into a better sense of boundaries with others, which this is now becoming pile number 3. So check out pile number 3. I think I got enough messages for you. Let me know in the comments either way what you think. We're going to end this reading here. Yeah, I think this was it was a good one. It was quick. So if you want something more detailed, more specific about you and your life specifically, I can get incredibly detailed with a private reading from my website. Check out www.junodrome.com. I've got a bunch of reading options available on the website. And let me know in the comments what you think of this either way. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow this, and I'm deeply, deeply appreciative for all of my new subscribers who've just subscribed. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, and then finally, I've started a weekly check-in series on my YouTube channel where we dive in deep for the week of kind of like what's going on energetically and what that means for you. This week was the start of Leo season, so I dive deep into Welcome to Leo season, that's the name of it, and kind of talk about you and your own personal power. So I think for your reading, and especially because you're connected to pile number 3 as well, I think that you would get a lot out of that reading. So check that out, Welcome to Leo season on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. Hi there, pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. You chose this really wonderful lapis lazuli stone. It is one of my absolute favorite stones. I'll put that over here for now. Yeah, so we're going to tune into your reading. This is a reading about what is it that you're not seeing? What are some things that you're missing in your life as you move forward that could really help you move forward in a way that is more aligned to you and your higher self and your needs and all of that. So first up, we've got a card from the Fairytale Lenormand. I'm using it mostly for the imagery and not necessarily for the Lenormand meanings of these cards. We got the mice. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, I'm immediately thinking about like 3 blind mice or something like that. You know, I don't really know mouse symbolism too well, but they're like really cute little mice. They're all in here eating the grain, getting at that. They're working together. Let's see. 3 blind mice is like, what happens? They are able to overcome a lot. Let me keep going. I need more imagery to go off of here. We'll tune back into that in a minute. Ooh, look at this owl. Mother of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about tuning back into she's very clear-headed, all about the mental body and the mental sphere. I associate her a lot with meditation as well, so coming to a new calming place of self. And that's interesting because you have both mice and an owl imagery, right? So these are opposite forces. So I think maybe you're trying to balance some opposite forces in your life. That could really help you. Being both the mouse, where you are kind of cute and resourceful, but also being the owl, which eats the mouse, being cunning and, you know, being able to hunt down what you want in life. Let's keep going with this. You also have, from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, the 5, 6, 7, 8 of Swords, which talks about being stuck. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's depicted as a woman who's blindfolded and kind of tied up. But the thing about that is that she is able to get out of it on her own. It's kind of this idea that you are stuck in a situation that you have the power to get out of, and that it's kind of like you've made yourself stuck, and that it's now time to get out of that. So interesting, this card also has this chrysalis imagery where it's like ready to become a butterfly, but it's still kind of in the cocoon stage. So I'm getting this sense too of like, remember that there's cycles in life, that if things feel stuck right now, if you're stuck in a situation, maybe you need to be stuck in that situation so you can grow. Maybe it's for your own higher learning and healing so that you can transform into this new being. I do get this kind of like sense of maybe you've been through some challenging situations. If you've got the owl and the mice here together, that kind of is this like combo for me of like the mice are being hunted by this owl. So maybe you've been in situations where you've felt almost hunted, you know what I mean? Like you've been in a really challenging, difficult situations that have felt really hard and really awful, but and you know, maybe it's kind of that dark night of the soul. I'm almost getting a dark night of the soul sense potentially here. But the thing about that is that remember that these periods, these difficult periods, are actually the ability to transform into this beautiful butterfly. So you're being given lessons and situations that as you heal from them, as you learn to change your perspective, which the Queen of Swords can talk about that as well, of being clear-headed and open to accepting things from other perspectives. As you continue to do that, if you jump in and dive into that idea, you know, that those hard situations that you've been in can transform into knowledge and wisdom from these lessons that you're learning to see your situation as lessons. That will help you come out of this cocoon stage and transform into a beautiful butterfly. Let's see the rest of the cards here. So you got the Four of Cups here, which is all about having in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's depicted as a man who is staring at 3 cups that he's not quite satisfied with, but in reality, the universe behind him is giving him this 4th cup. So it's kind of you're not seeing, especially here, what you're not seeing is that the universe actually has a gift for you. That the universe is moving, there's something beautiful trying to come into your life, but you're just focused on these 3 cups that aren't so great. So like I said, I really do feel like I'm getting the sense that you've had a lot of difficult situations happening in your past, some really challenging things that have happened, and now you're kind of feel really stuck because your perspective is focused heavily on all the things that haven't gone right. But in reality, there's a 4th thing from the universe that's new and beautiful and more attuned to your own life and your own situation that wants to come into your life, but you're kind of blocked off from it. But like I said, with it having a chrysalis here, it's got this extra dimension that's all about this period is actually a way for you to grow into a butterfly. And that you, in order to go out, first you need to heal. You need to heal from whatever the situation is. And by healing from it, what you can do is transform this situation from it being really challenging and hurtful. Like it's always going to be hurtful if it hurt you, you know, but the thing is that pain can actually teach you something. What can these lessons bring me? How can I move out of this situation and transform into a butterfly and get this final cup by embracing the lesson that this situation has taught me? Final card we've got is Unlimited Possibilities. Oh yeah, I'm going to read that from the book. That's a beautiful card. That's one of my favorites in this whole deck. You see these beautiful trees blooming with these blossoms coming down. It's a really lovely card. When fall turns to winter, the leaves fall from the trees, birds fly south, plants go dormant, some even die having lived the life they were meant to. Do we ever panic and wallow in the fear that this is it? There will never be another robin singing? There will never be another ripe tomato? No, we don't. Why is that? We know that after winter, spring will return, followed by the bounty of summer. So it is so in your life. At any given time, there are unlimited possibilities for you and yours, many different paths to take, many different options available. Do not get bogged down into thinking in a linear fashion. Open your eyes and your heart and feel the power of your free will and choice brings to you. Make sure your life is what it is meant to be. Yeah, okay, so basically, you know, that kind of ties right back in with this stuff that I've been talking about, that that even these dark situations, right, and these hard situations and these life situations that haven't gone so well, the thing about it is that, you know, there are seasons to our lives, that we all go through these winter dark periods in our lives, and that's not it. It's not the end. It's just the season. That the spring will return, right? The butterfly will emerge from the chrysalis. You will emerge with this fourth cup. It's coming into your life, but it's going to take some healing, and it's going to take some transforming of your perspective, and really shifting from seeing these dark and difficult periods and allowing them to transform into these lessons of kindness and loving nature, you know, so that you can move into this unlimited possibilities. But it's here for you, right? Spring will return. You will bloom. Your tree will bloom. It's coming for you. It's just going to take time and patience. So be kind to yourself. Be loving. Be nurturing to yourself. Connect to your inner child and love that child. I really believe in that wholeheartedly. And that can really help you. So that's going to be your reading today. It was a quick reading. I can get into some things with your situation way more in depth. We can tune in to specifically what's going on with you and your life and really, really, really dive headfirst into it. So I have private readings available on my website, www.junodrome.com. I would love to give you a reading. I have a couple different options. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this and you'd like more content from me. I'd love to keep bringing things out for you. And yeah, let me know in the comments either way how you felt about this. I like hearing from you and kind of seeing what you think. So that was your reading. Thank you so much, pile number 5. I hope you have a really wonderful day. See ya.